Hey everyone, and this is my Module 7 project. My name is Paul Del Priore for ACTE 630, Current Technology and Online Instruction. I want to say I really enjoyed the class, learned a lot. And so what I use for my poster is Glogster, and I've never used this before. I'd heard of it, thought about using it, and I had to pay for it, so I wasn't prepared to do that, but I think I'd like to use this piece of technology in the future for my classes. It was cumbersome at first, but it didn't take too long before I was able to pull it all together. And for some reason, it worked much better at home than at school. There must have been some blocks on some of the possibilities of it. So for this module, our final module, I was asked to do a few things to consider concluding the class. The first piece to talk about is my philosophy of online teaching and the role that I'd expect to play. Well, I'm not exactly sure what that would be, but what I do know is that I did want to take things from this class and use it in my class, which is in a face-to-face brick-and-mortar school. And I was able to do that, and I'm really happy I was. On the right-hand side of my Glogster here, I've listed some things that either I've used or would like to use, and I'll get more into that later, but I really enjoyed being able to consider some of the things that we learned in the class. In terms of asynchronous instruction, I was interested in a collaborative tool. I know that we did use Blackboard, but I'd be open to other ideas, but I just thought there was a lot of possibilities with that system. For synchronous, I think Google Hangouts seemed like a pretty good program. It didn't work for me exactly correctly when we did our online chat, but I think I really liked the whole Google suite in that a lot of the pieces are all under one username. The Hangouts, the Docs, the Google Drive as well, which brings me to collaboration. Collaboration is a key part of what I'd like to do in teaching. I really believe learning is social. And I was able to, and I have two things that I was able to consider with this, including Google Docs, which I've used, and with that, I have used that with my mock trial students, where a lot of times what would happen was that the work of mock trial would include several edits and versions, and what I've done here is I've actually gone ahead and put everything on a Google Doc that I've shared with everyone. So when we're going ahead and pulling up information like a copy of the direct examination work, for example, the final draft is always there, always ready. Maybe it won't load, but it is always ready there, and we don't have to worry about where the latest draft is. It's here. So I'm able to make notes. My lawyer, cooperating lawyer, is able to make notes, and students are allowed to think about their final draft being there live. Other teammates can make notes. So that's super great. And I really like, this is all in a Google Drive, so kids all have access, and the lawyer has access to all of that. Insofar as other collaboration, I had to use Lino, and what I did here was we're comparing and contrasting revolution and terror, and we have terrorism over here, revolution over here. We have definitions of terrorism here, definitions of revolution here, and similarities in here. So I like this Lino tool. It's kind of go, send the link and go, real easy. You don't even need a username. So that was another program that I learned to use in this class. Also, I put a YouTube clip here, and I will share this. I don't think we have time to look at it now, but one of the things I really liked, again, trying to use things and plug them right into class, was I did use Screen-O-Matic and change one of my lessons to make it more flipping it for the students to do the work and discover the content. And I did use Screenomatic to make a YouTube clip on setting up the assignment and giving them the essential pieces of the assignment and how to access the files to look at and all of that, and I published it to YouTube. So I really like the fact that I was able to use what we had in class um, to use in the classroom right away. That's what I love about good professional development. Thank you, Ali and John. So what kind of unit would I teach is the second question in an online environment. And we had talked about that. I don't have anything about that here on the Glogster, but what I was thinking I could do if I did go fully online would be to run an AP hybrid blended class where we would meet sometimes and put a lot of it online and modify it. The AP, I don't currently teach an AP Gov class, but if I were to teach one and if it were to be online, I would make a hybrid class where we'd meet occasionally to clarify expectations and go over questions, and otherwise basically create this class, and it would be a blended hybrid class about AP Gov. The third piece of this module would be to describe my approach to integrating synchronous, asynchronous, and collaboration tools, and I've already discussed that. And how would this fit with the unit that I would be teaching? Well, those things would fit, and I would modify them in the AP Government class. And I want to talk about some considerations for management and assessment. I talked about how things would already are being implemented in my current class, which is called Your Government, Your World, which is sort of a hybrid class in itself, not hybrid online in the classroom, but it's a hybrid history course where we look at the past, present, and future of issues. And that includes citizenship, foreign policy, foreign aid, terrorism, immigration, and globalization. So looking to implement technology there. But I would actually implement a lot of these things that I already said I've been doing in my class now and implement them even more deeply with a stronger focus on the asynchronous Blackboard collaborative tool. So how would I use synchronous and asynchronous tools? So in my class and in my online class, well, like I said, I would like to use the Google Hangout for synchronous instruction. As far as asynchronous, I think that there's a lot of potential there. And what I've learned from Chapter 6 in Rice's book and from learning in the class, I think that I want to make it, and I am going to make it in my current class, an integral part of the class where we do lessons and reflect and post ideas in the discussion board as sort of a concluding piece to the unit or to the lesson, or maybe what we've learned during the week. I would need to set clear expectations for how to reply to discussion posts. I'm currently using Blogster. It's a blog, not the best, and I'm still looking for a good collaborative tool, a good discussion board. I haven't found it yet, but I plan on finding one and using it. But for now, I'm using the blog. But I did set clear expectations on how to reply to other students' work when I did assign my one main unit that I do have here in the YouTube clip. I want students to take the lead. I thought that's such a great, cool idea if students really take over the discussion and run with it. I really want to. I thought that has not happened with me so far, but if it is certainly a goal that I'd like students to take that and go. I want to be the guide on the side. They said that a million times in Chapter 6. And I really would like to be that. That's really my style. I don't see myself to be any sort of expert. I'm not the guy has all the dates and names in my head for historical moments. But I love to learn, and I'm interested in big ideas and concepts. So that would be something that I'd be interested in, being this guide on the side and letting my students who are so smart take the lead and teach me. I did see what they said about saving time, making posts well in advance, and just planning and structuring things. The more that happened, as I go through the years of teaching, the more that I've been able to reconsider things and go through, the better. So I think that's really great. Also, I consider the online errors to discussion questions, too many questions at once or unconnected questions, failing to probe or explore implications of responses. These are all great ideas, things that I should consider. Um, how to grade it. How do we grade these discussion posts? Well, they brought up good points in the book, and I do agree that the quality of a response, not considering the grammar or the quantity as much, may be the best way to go. And I do want to put these discussion board expectations in my syllabus. I do plan on doing that, by the way, for the future, um, in regards to my blog posts now, putting that in and then building upon that on a good discussion board. As far as this, the synchronous learning, I want to, when we're working together, be sure that technology works first and be prepared to troubleshoot that. I want to be structured in how I want kids to reply. And what I mean by that, I think, too, is doing lots of formative instruction and but at the same time, giving kids freedom to check what they've understood through the emoticons, through chatting. But I think being structured about how I want kids to audibly respond to that and uh, be specific about my expectations about how much to reply and how to reply. But I do want to maximize the potential for the collaborative tool. I think it's a great tool, the Blackboard. It's really great how you can search the web and do a lot of things. You really can guide kids through the internet, which has endless possibilities. So what are my aha moments? Well, I think my aha moments were the Screen-O-Matic and YouTube, for one, is just such a powerful tool to go ahead and show kids what to do or show good examples and take them through it and what's on your computer screen, and then publish to YouTube, which anyone could see on your phone or on a computer, is really, really powerful. And I really think that's something I'm going to use over, and I have used over and over and again. Which brings me to my second aha moment. With online teaching, there just seems like there's endless possibilities and they're only going to get better. That was a real shift for me when what I put here on my Glogster post. It's just, I've really changed the way I thought, and I've learned so much. On the big stuff on the side here, I really didn't have respect for online teaching, and Module 1 changed that for me. I realized why kids are online students, and it totally makes sense for me now. And then I went on to realize all the other possibilities with online tools, synchronous learning. I've learned what good online teaching is with Module 5, and Module 6 really helped me understand more about the differentiation and what online can do, and just really thinking about that, what I need to do better for differentiation in my class. I really love the aha moment too for collaboration. I think that it may be best done online. Kids are intimidated in class, and this is a great way for them to express themselves. And finally, my aha moment was really just the online student and why they're there, and it was really interesting to me to see how people hear their stories and from the YouTube clips we were shown in Module 2, and I thought that was a real big aha moment for me. They're not just slackers or something that don't want to go to school. They actually have legitimate reasons for what they're doing, and I thought that was really cool. So thank you so much for listening, and thank you for the class, and I look forward to speaking with you sometime in the future. Have a great day.